Good morning and happy Wednesday. It is July 3rd here on Oahu, and it's about 5 in the morning here, local time. Back home, let's see, 5 add 5, so it's about 10 in the morning. Again, it's just taken, well, I was going to say it's taken way too long to adjust to the time zones here, but we haven't adjusted. I've been up 3:30, 4 in the morning every day. I think today I woke up about a half hour ago, about 4:30. It's probably the latest that I've slept in. So, but I gotta say it's peaceful to get up at this hour, to go down, grab breakfast, listen to the waves crash because nobody else is up. So, this island is crowded. If you ever make it here, you'll understand wanting some peace and tranquility to catch the nature, listen to the sounds, and not have a million people rubbing elbows with you up and down the strip or wherever you go. So, because it is a crowded island, we'll say that. I didn't get to do my blog last night. We got back and then ventured out. Well, we went to, we were in the car a lot yesterday. We went to the Dole plantation, which is where they grow all of their pineapples that they send out across the world. And I didn't catch any footage up there. Not to say it wasn't cool, but it wasn't really something that I was going to whip the camera out to film. We went in there, and the lines to get on the train to actually tour the plantation and go out into the fields and see the pineapple was ridiculously long, and we were kind of on a tight schedule with the events that we had planned. They had the world's largest maze made out of pineapple plants, I guess, but again, the line was just really long, and trying to do something like that seemed a little less important than, just sightseeing, I guess. So we were there maybe an hour. We got a Dole whip. Well, I got a Dole. Having a brain fart. Waffle cone. So essentially they make pineapples into an ice cream sherbet type product, and put it in bowls, put it in cones, and serve it. So it was alright. I mean, it was incredibly sweet, I'll say that. It started to hurt my stomach. It's soft serve. It's like soft serve ice cream. So I don't know. I mean, it was an alright place to visit. If I ever come back to this island, it's not some place that I will go back to, for sure. But that was northwest up the island, and just because the way the highways are lined out, I mean, you have to come all the way back down and around to head to your destination point, which we were headed to Kailua Ranch. But we wanted to catch the coast, so we drove all the way almost to the northwest point, and then took the coastal highway all the way down and around, just to try to sightsee, drive through some little towns. We drove through a little quaint town called Haliwea. I think my Hawaiian is god awful, so I'm probably butchered that name. The wife loved it up there. I mean, it was peaceful. The towns themselves felt like, a small coastal town you would have seen 50 years ago. All little tiny, mom and pop shacks with just look like all original, nice, peaceful little town. Just with a lot of people. I mean, there's not a whole lot of places you can go on this island that don't have a lot of people. It's just less commercialized up there, which kind of makes it look a little cooler. It looks looks a little more, I guess, island native, and not, you know, big hotel resorts like these. So she said she would like to stay there if we ever come to this island again. If memory serves me correctly, I do think that staying on the North Shore area was quite a bit more, probably due to the fact that there's less people and less competition, and more of a smaller venue to stay at. So but yeah, we went up there. We had lunch at a place named Kona's, which was kind of a local favorite that we had heard and seen and read about on the internet, which was delicious. And then we visited some shops there. We stopped at the 50th ukulele shop, so Sarah could try to find her ukulele. And then we hopped back in the car and continued to drive the coastline, kind of through the North Shore area, seeing a really cool beach slash rock jump place called Waimea Beach, which is something that we may go back to today. We were just kind of pressed for time yesterday. We could continue to drive our hour from the North Shore all the way down to Kailua Ranch, where we booked a horseback tour through Jurassic Valley, which you know, I was able to film. It was my first time ever on a horse, and it was pretty crazy. And I don't want to say crazy. I mean, it was a very passive, peaceful ride. It was just crazy that my first time ever being on a horse was on Oahu, touring Jurassic Valley. So that was incredible. I got the footage of that, and I can't wait to post it and show you. Of course, by the time, you know, by the time I post that, you'll have already seen this and that. So, or that first and then this, in sequential order. So yeah, we were there for you know, 2-3 hours. I did pick up, you know, my first souvenir outside of the hat and sunglasses I bought. I got a Jurassic Park mug, kind of one of those that keeps your drink cold for 24 hours, just a really large one. That way, hopefully when I get home, I can stop carrying around my gallon of water that I carry every day that warms up by noon, and just carry the big old mug cup that will keep my water cold and a little easier to carry. So but yeah, we did that. Fantastic, highly recommend it. I wish we could have spent a day over there, and $1,000, because they have ATV tours through the valley. They have movie lot tours because they film all kinds of big stuff there. They have zip line tours. What else? Kind of drawn a blank on all the things they have. Little boat tours. You know, the people, the lady told us on the tour, the owner was a Mormon that came over from New York in early mid 1800s, I think. Started buying up the land, and at this point owns 2,200 acres, including, you know, the big mountains of Jurassic Valley that you see on the video, and a beach. Just incredible to own 2,200 acres on an island like this. But yeah, they have a ton of tours over there. You get out on their secret beach, and you know, you can do boating activities and whatnot, any kind of water activities. We just, you know, didn't have the time. That's the unfortunate thing about the whole trip, is there's just so much stuff you want to do and so little time. I mean, here we are, it's Wednesday, you know, we got here on Saturday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is day 5, you know, we have today and tomorrow, and then we leave Friday. So we're just kind of getting thin on time, which is really, really saddening, and I hate it, but it's not going to keep us down. We still have a lot planned. After we got home last night, we hit hit the strip out here on Waikiki to do some shopping, and got some dinner at a really local place called, in fact, I'm not even sure if it had a name. Yep, Maui Brewing Company, maybe that's what it was called. It was so, I don't know if I want to call it local, but it didn't even have a building. It literally had a bunch of, it's kind of in this, you know, on the street, back behind an alley, and it was, it had a bunch of, what it was called, umbrellas. So big old table umbrellas. There was probably, you know, 50 tables under there, and every one of them had a big umbrella arching up over it to kind of create the roof. And then it seemed like a lot around the edges were mostly, you know, plantation life to create walls, and, you know, a little bit of wood here and there, and some tiki statues to kind of, you know, fill in the edge of the shrubbery. So it was a restaurant, but it was really like an outdoor place made to look like you were inside, even though there was no actual building. So, and they had a live band playing, which, you know, was some really good music. Wasn't really playing any local Hawaiian music. He's actually playing more of I don't know, southern country twang-ish, which is not at all what attracted us to the place. Just happened to be the music that they were playing. It was pretty good. You know, I was sitting there, I was having a good time, jamming to the music, and you know, I ate my food. I didn't try any local food. Sarah did. She got a poke bowl, which she said it was delicious. I thought it looked terrible, mostly because I'm not into that type of food, so I'm a pretty picky eater. And then we finally found the international market that we have been looking for the last 2 nights, down the back alley, which again, it's a lot like the swap meet that we went to the first or the second day that we were here. You know, they have a ton of, you know, just cheap trinkets and souvenirs, and it's not, it's kind of like going to a like a yard sale with a bunch of local business owners that have, you know, all of their stuff for sale kind of set up on little carts, and you know, just trying to make their money out there. So not as big as the swap meet. Again, the swap meet walked around Aloha Stadium. It had, you know, 10 times as much. This is kind of condensed down, and didn't make you feel claustrophobic though. It's just all tightly packed into a little alley, and hard to walk through. A lot of people. It was cool to find it. I mean, we've been searching for it down Waikiki for the last 2 days, but just very claustrophobic feeling in there because it's covered, and again, ton of people, and humidity seemed high, no cross breeze, so not our cup of tea. But yeah, then we just walked the strip, you know, just kind of checked out some of the local vendors that are selling their stuff. I seen a really cool diamond head surfboard that this guy makes and paints and was selling out there, so I may go back and get it today. It was really cool artwork, and I'd like to take some stuff home to hang on the walls. Gives you a little bit of beach view. Not sure if you can see it. The sun's not quite up yet. It's coming up. I mean, it's definitely pretty from here. So, what do we have planned today? Well, I'd like to say part of the reason we're up early is for our event, but the time, you know, changes is the reason that I'm up. So, but at 6:40, we actually have to go get on a bus that's taking us to some harbor somewhere. I don't really know where it's taking us to, but we are actually getting on a catamaran this morning that's going to take us up the west coast for a marine life, snorkel, So they take us on there, and they take us up the west shore. From what we heard and what we read in the pamphlets, the marine life over there is a lot more abundant because nobody really goes up the west shore, and we can vouch for that because we actually drove up the west coast on our first night here, and there's not really population up there. It actually just starts being the homeless population, which, you know, again, I'll touch on at a later point. Super sad. Just a lot of shacks and stuff. They've taken up a lot of the coastline, and again, there's not really any solid population up there. There's no touristy stuff. There's no, you know, big towns. I mean, you pass through a couple small towns headed up the west coast. So that's where our boat's taking us, because it's the less populated coastal area, I guess, on the island. So they take us on there. We get to get free snorkeling stuff. The pilot of the boat, captain, takes us to where the marine life is solid, I guess, and then we get to hopefully see spinner dolphins, a lot of fish, Hawaiian turtles. I think they're out of season, but if we were lucky, possibly some whales. I don't think the spinner dolphins are guaranteed either, from what I read on a lot of the boat trips, but hoping to see that. And then we get to stop, jump out, snorkel. They give us snorkel gear. They also give us a hot buffet lunch, so that'll be tasty. And all of that, I think we're on the boat for about 3 hours, so it'll be a beautiful morning, seeing the sun come up on the ocean. I will definitely have the camera ready, and give you my review of that tour. So that is we get picked up at 6:40. I think we get dropped back off here around 1. So that's going to take up the morning. This afternoon, we don't have solid plans yet. This is our last evening with the car, so we rented a car, which costs a fortune on this island just to park it. I'm paying more to park on this island than I, pay to rent the car per day. So it's kind of necessary evil, though, because if you want to get out and venture on the island without having to book a bunch of tours and kill a lot of extra time to be on tour buses and stuff, and get to your destination a lot quicker and on your own terms and time, you almost have to book a car. So I don't regret that at all. But we have the car for one more day, which means this evening and tomorrow morning, and there's still some things that we haven't seen that we want to get to. Zach and Carol booked a luau show that starts around, I think theirs gets picked up at like 4 and theirs goes to like 9. So we didn't really have too much interest in that, mostly because we had the boat tour this morning and trying to stuff 2 activities in one day. One, it seemed like a lot. 2, it's pretty expensive. It's like $130 a person, and that wasn't something that we really wanted to do, being that time is kind of running short, and we still have some stuff to adventure on the island without watching a luau show. Heard it was really good, though, and I guess we'll get the confirmation from Zach and Carol. But this afternoon or evening, we are probably gonna go find a beach to swim at. We actually didn't swim at all yesterday. It's the first day we didn't swim, just because of some of the running around and everything that we did, which was okay. It gave my sunburn a little bit of time to heal, and also not having to be in the salt water to kill my eyes again for the day. So I am ready to hit the water, though. This morning we get to swim off the boat, so that'll be exciting. And then I will be looking forward to a nice beach this afternoon, evening. Again, we may take for the North Shore again. Waimea Beach Park was one that we had drove by that looked really cool, and like to check that out. There was a rock there to jump off of, and being that I got this nifty GoPro, I'd like to get this thing in the water. It's going to be in the water today. I'm going to wear the chest mount again, which I've been wearing all along, and you've kind of seen on my hikes and horse rides. I haven't been able to watch the film yet, so we'll see how the quality is. Hopefully it's fantastic for you and for me, for my records, and ability to go back and watch it. So again, hopefully we'll hit the North Shore up without having a time schedule. Again, we didn't get to really spend any time up there yesterday just because we had to get to Kahlua Ranch, and when we finished that, it was, you know, close to 6 o'clock, and we still had an hour drive home, at least. You know, traffic around here is pretty bad, and the speed limits never really exceed like 35 miles an hour, so it takes a great deal of time to go a short distance on the island here. But I'd like to get back up there. I'm sure the wife would like to kind of rummage through a couple of those small town shops again, and spend a little more time there, because we didn't get to yesterday. It was just a pass through, and it was a peaceful looking place, and Waimea Beach Park looked pretty beautiful too. Looked pretty popular. There was a lot of people there, but it did look gorgeous. So we'll probably end up there. If not, we're gonna find somewhere else cool to venture to this afternoon, to make sure that we, you know, get to see more than just this beach. And don't get me wrong, this is a pretty beach. Waikiki Beach is definitely gorgeous. There's just so many people here with all of these resorts down the strip that you know, you kind of want to get away and find your own private beach area, which is, you know, kind of what we like to do, is just get the hell away from these people and enjoy some coast, enjoy some space, and enjoy the ocean. So we'll find something cool this afternoon, and we'll keep you posted, and we'll definitely have the camera rolling. So you know, we've got today, tomorrow is our last full day with July 4th, and then we got to leave Friday night. So we've only got a few more adventures left, unfortunately, but we're gonna take them in, and we're gonna have a hell of a time, and we're gonna get dressed this morning and go grab some breakfast real quick, and then go sync up and get on our tour on the catamaran. So I'll be having the camera running, and I will talk to you in a little while. So mahalo. All right, we've made it to the Alawani, I think it's pronounced Marina. I'll give you a view for the walk up here. This is right next to the Disney resort, I believe of the same name. I'm not sure which one of these boats we're getting on. Hopefully that one. They all look cool though.
Being really safe, it lacks that chemical that most sunblocks have. So put a lot on. This one will just cover the surface and it'll turn you completely.
Thank you.
You guys can smile. Morning.
Hey guys.
Hello, good morning. Oop.
Thanks.
Where's that powerful sunscreen at?
Oh, it's on the counter. Right,
Perfect.
Right, walk in there.
A little bit.
I want a lot of it.
And this is ginger pill for you guys if you want.
If I just Dramamine right now.
Okay, you good.
Nice.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Coffee, muffins.
You
soda,
got more of this? Because I'm probably gonna use it all.
Coral fish,
Yeah, let's look.
Hawaiian reef fish, I mean.
Well, they said I got too much sunscreen. I don't know what it looks like, but Zach said I look like Casper.
Yeah.
The asshole goes. Alright, let's get a quick boat tour. Oops, sorry. Alright, we gotta go up front for an instructional safety video. We got free refreshments and muffins and booze in a little bit, so. I'm already getting sunburnt.
Already?
I can feel it.
Let's jump in.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I am born in Washington State, and I raised up in
My wife. Morning.
from the complete opposite side of America. She's from Maine, where that is. Come on up, guys. Have a seat. Watch your step. Those of us that just joined us, where are you guys coming from?
So talking to the captain on the Colina Explorer, he said there might be a pod of spinners here in the area, spinner dolphins. Yeah? So keep your eye out and look for splashes, lots of small splashes or spinning dolphins. Let me know if you spot anything like that.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
And then hopefully we can catch up to this pod of spinner dolphins here in the area. We're also looking for whales, so look for spouts or flukes. I'd be surprised if we see any whales, but there are a few whales that kind of hang out more in deeper water here throughout the islands, and of course the humpbacks have already made their way up to Alaska, so they're gone for the season. And then turtles, guys. If you spot a turtle nearby, we'll stop and check it out. Turtles look like turtles, so if you spot a big turtle floating, and then those passing. Yeah. So yeah. Let me know, guys, if you see anything like that. Okay? And you might get wet, okay? You might get wet in the front. It's your warning. The corners, the very front, are the wettest place. So yeah, you want to stay dry. Don't hang out there.
Morning, baby.
Here we go, guys. Hold on to your hats.
Hold on to your hats. Here we are on our boat trip. Hopefully we'll catch this pod of spinner dolphins. Morning.
Morning. Aloha.
Aloha, Kaliwana.
Aloha.
That's how you say good morning, Kaliwana.
Kaliwana.
I just made that up. That probably means like, go fuck yourself.
Maybe.
Good.
Okay, guys, so we're going to approach them nice and easy. It's important to, especially for Hawaiian spinner dolphins, to monitor your speeds around them and the noise you make. Because these guys, like I said earlier, they are nocturnal. This is like their resting period throughout the day. Kind of the early morning is like kind of a social hour for them. They're really active in the early morning, maybe around 7:30 before they actually settle in. So we went up to the front, guys. They are very friendly with the boat. You can see they just came right up to us. I stopped the boat. But being nocturnal for these guys, it's kind of a double-edged sword for them. Because when they rest in shallow water. And that makes them easy to spot, yeah, for dolphin tour boats, also
shore swimmers, so they get a lot of attention while it's the time for them to sleep.
See all the fish?
So with all that attention, it's actually disturbing their sleep cycles. And scientists have studied these spinner dolphins here on the west side, and they've found that their sleeping cycles being disturbed is actually making their lifespan shorter. Yeah. So it's very important to not disturb these guys and take care of them. Let them get their rest. Let them approach us. But always cool to see. Very friendly animals. And really cool looking too. They got a cool look to them. Versus, you know, you guys see bottlenose a lot, and bottlenose are those are ones you see in captivity normally. Those can look kind of mean. This one's pretty nice with the 3-color scheme they got. That's like camouflage for them. So if predators are up high and they're low, they're harder to spot with a darker top. And then their bellies, if you get to see them, they're white for predators looking up, and also their prey. Same kind of color scheme that military planes used to use. If you're wondering what these guys are called in Hawaiian, they're called Naya. N-A-I-A. Naya. And as far as their sizes, they can get up to 170 pounds. That's the larger males are about that size, and then the females are a bit smaller, around 150 pounds or so for the larger females. 5 to 7 feet in length. They're actually the second smallest dolphin. Enough to start working with them, so we'll stay with the pot until he comes up. And while we wait, just a little bit about conservation. So like I said earlier, that their sleep cycles are being disturbed by the tour boats as well as the shore swimmers. Thanks for hanging out.
They do a good job.
Alright, we just got to see a bunch of spinner dolphins off the front of the boat. It's pretty exciting. They're swimming right next to us. Now we're taking off to deeper water to see what else we can find, but here's some video of the coastline here on the back of this boat. Gorgeous. Whoa, almost went over. Aloha.
Hold on to the line too. Okay,
Okay, who needs help? Sorry, my bad.
Ready? Let's do this, baby.
ready?
Woo! Home.
dive, baby. Hey, don't dive. I know, don't dive. Don't lose me. Ready? Don't check out and go with us. God. Pressure's deep down there. Holy cow. Oh boy, yeah. Hey, baby, I'm gonna dive and come back there to see if I can get you in front of those surfers. So hard to dive. How the heck do you hold your breath that long? Jeez.
checking in on Wednesday evening. It's kind of been a light camera day for a few reasons. We got up early this morning and we went to we got on a bus, which actually our tour bus picked us up right down there, right outside of the resort, so we didn't have to go far. And we got onto a cruise. Well, the charter took us all the way up by the Disney resorts, and we got, went to the harbor and got on a boat, Ocean Joy Cruises. And we were on the boat for a while. I'm not gonna lie, I did have to take extra ginseng pills for a little bit of motion sickness. Solid cruise though. They take you out into the waters on a pretty big boat. The boat was a little crowded. That was a little disappointing. I think there ended up being 49 people on our boat. So we did often stay kind of in the back of the boat, away from people, which, you know, we sacrificed a little bit of the marine life view to kind of get the hell away from all the people that were stacked on the front of the boat, just to try to enjoy the trip a little bit more. It was pretty exciting though. They did a lot of foreign cars on this island, a lot of ricers too with their pipes that they just blast the gas, and super loud down there, so unnecessary. It's probably over the speed limit. It's only about 20 miles an hour down there. Anywho, we got to see some spinner dolphins. That was really cool. We got up close and personal with them, and the people on the front of the boat were kind enough to kind of rotate in and out so everybody could get up there and, you know, get an opportunity to take photos of them. I got some photos, some videos, so you'll see that. And then we stopped way up the coast. We got to get out and snorkel, and that was in the top 10 coolest things I've ever done. The water was just, you know, beautiful aqua blue, but perfectly crystal clear to see through. And you'll see video of this as well. Well, you probably will already have seen the video by the time you're watching this. But we got out. You know, they gave us all the snorkeling gear, life vests, etc. And you just jumped out of the boat. We probably had a solid hour, maybe a little bit longer. You know, we're just kind of on top of a small reef, way out offshore, probably, you know, a couple thousand feet offshore. Not too deep. We were probably only 20, 30 feet deep. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe not even been that. Might have only been 15 to 20. Lots of marine life, lots of fish, lots of a variety of fish too. There was a chart inside the boat that had a bunch of different fish on there, but not a chance in hell I could match up the fish type to the names from what I had seen. So, but it was probably 20 different species of fish. Pretty sure I caught them on camera. Don't know. I did record for about a half hour while snorkeling, and I'm hoping the video came out awesome, because I haven't looked at it yet, and I'm hoping that it did. So that's one of the coolest things that I definitely want you to see and keeping records of. So, and then at the very end, I found what we had all been looking for, which is a Hawaiian sea turtle. And he was at the bottom of the reef, and I was doing my damnedest to try to dive. I'm not a snorkeler, I'm not a diver. I barely classify myself as an okay swimmer, so my diving skills were not solid at all. And I tried to dive 5 or 6 times, and I probably didn't make it more than, you know, 4 or 5 feet down before I popped right back up in a panic of loss of breath. So hopefully I got some good footage of the sea turtle. I'm not sure. Again, we'll see how all that looks when I get home and get a chance to look at these videos and do some editing and uploading. But after about an hour of snorkeling, we got out of the water. As beautiful as the snorkeling was, it was tiresome. It was tiresome on the neck, the back, the feet. You know, kicking with those flippers on isn't an easy task. It definitely adds some workout to your leg muscles. So I was tired from that. And then they served us lunch on the boat. Pretty good variety, buffet style, pulled pork sandwiches, Kahlua pork as they call it. Kahlua pig. Pig is humongous on the island. The Polynesians bought the pigs over. Side note, I learned that there is no native mammals on this island except for bats. Any other mammal that's here, which are very few, cattle, pigs, dogs and cats, that's about it. obviously they're not native to the island, so. But yeah, you know, they had a spread, some salad, rice, I don't remember what else, and then another awesome part was the open bar. You know, it was really cool. I know, you know, a lot of people were hitting the bar pretty hard. I only had a couple of bikini blondes, a little, just a little woozy, you know, from the motion sickness. You know, I wasn't throwing up or anything, but my head was a little foggy, and then just being tired from, you know, the snorkeling. I wasn't really expecting it to wear me out. You know, you'd think you'd just pop your head down in the water and look around, but when you're trying to dive down and, you know, just swimming with the kickers on, it was exhausting. So, you know, we had about an hour boat ride back to the harbor, and then we had to get back on the tour bus. And as the tour guide said, it's about 15 Hawaiian minutes from Waikiki Beach, from the harbor to Waikiki Beach, which, you know, is 45 minutes real time. And we just happened to be the last stop to get dropped off, so it was about another 20 minutes by the time they dropped all the passengers off at the hotel. So we got back here around 1:30. So from the time we left was 6:40 to 1:40-ish. You know, 6-7 hour tour, half day. And mind you, we were up again at about 4:30 just from the time zone, sleep, etc. But I think that's finally caught up to us. It is about 8:30 now here, Hawaii time, and we're still pretty exhausted. We came back, like I said, we got back at 1:30, 1:40, and came upstairs and just kind of changed clothes and whatnot from our excursion this morning. And we did get in the car with every intention to go venture around. We were thinking about going to the North Shore again, but by the time we got up here, kind of reset, grabbed a little lunch, it was about 3:30 when we hopped in the car and to the beach that we wanted to go to. It would have been an hour and a half drive there, plus an hour and a half drive back, and just didn't really seem too much of a good use of our time to sit in the car for 3 hours to go spend maybe 1 hour on the North Shore, because the sun drops pretty quick down here. You know, sets at I don't know, 7 o'clock. It's kind of over the hill. By 8 it's dark, so you know, we wouldn't have had a whole lot of time up there, and it just seemed like a lot of driving and not a lot of beach time to relax. The other day when we drove up there, you know, we spent all day driving and going to the beach. You know, we stopped and we were there for 5-6 hours, and it was perfect. We didn't get in and get out and have to feel rushed. So we filled the gas tank back up. It was on E. You know, we got to turn the car in tomorrow, and we drove past, sorry if I'm butchering this, but Ilani Palace was kind of the, I don't know, Supreme Court place. I'm not exactly sure. At this point it's a museum, but I do know that it is the Hawaii Five-0 TV series headquarters, where McGarrett's office is, and the rest of the team. So we wanted to drive by there. We were trying to find different places where they film on the island just to kind of see them, and then that was one of them that came to mind when we were joyriding earlier. So we did drive past it. The wife snapped a couple of photos, and you know, we didn't go in or anything. They actually didn't have any parking on the place, and we'd had to park and walk, and for the love of God, I'm kind of tired of walking. We came back here and parked the car and walked, I know, back down to the International Market again. The wife wanted to buy some more jewelry and gifts and stuff for the kids and for the friends, and you know, my parents, I bought them something for watching our dogs this week just to say thank you. You know, they have a lot of cool stuff down there that's super cheap, and quite frankly, you can bargain with them. For example, you know, Zach had got a phone case the other day at a mall for $40, and I got the same case today for $20 after bargaining with them a little bit. So, you know, you get some good stuff down there, you get some steals, and we did. We got the kids loaded up with all kinds of goodies they're gonna love when we pick them up when we return. So, and then we came back down to the hotel, grabbed some dinner. We ate downstairs at Wolfgang Puck's, got a pizza, and then we went. Well, we went to the beach right across the street over here. I know it's kind of dark, so you probably can't see it. It's just Waikiki Beach. The wife sat there and just kind of took in the scenery, took some photos. I went and jumped in the water for about a half hour. Really, all I really want to do is just put my feet in the sand. My feet are killing me. You know, we've been on them nonstop for days now, walking, hiking. You know, I've been wearing flip-flops a lot, and I never wear flip-flops, so, you know, my feet are sore from wearing flip-flop or thongs, or not thongs, I don't know, whatever, sandals. Sorry, I'm tired at this point, and my feet are just killing me. It felt really good to just put them in the ocean and, you know, just let them sit in sand where, you know, it's soft ground, you know, moist, you know, no, didn't really have any pressure on my feet as I was in the ocean, kind of bobbing up and down. Waves were pretty heavy while I was out there tonight, though. Kind of maybe since the storm rolling in, I don't know. And somebody told me that there's also a hurricane headed our way that's supposed to hit Saturday. Unfortunately, we have to leave Friday night, so it's a damn shame that we can't get delayed by a hurricane and, you know, have to stay an extra couple days and miss work and whatnot. Not that I want to be in a hurricane, and not that I hope a hurricane hits this. I don't. I hope it misses. But yeah, kind of a long day. We've just been at it nonstop. Honestly, we've been at it nonstop mostly since we touched down here on Saturday afternoon. And again, like I said, it's only about 8:30 here, and honestly, we're pretty ready to turn in tonight, and we're gonna. We're just tired. You know, the late nights and the super early mornings from the time zone difference, and, you know, then the running and gunning, metaphorical gunning, of course, but, you know, swimming, hiking, boating, traveling, going in the car, driving around the island, you know, getting on tour buses, horseback riding. I mean, it's just been go, 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 and, you know, although it's been fantastic, there's been little to no rest and relaxation. And again, I think just the time has kind of caught up with us. So we're back at the hotel. She's in there reading a book. I'm out here on the patio just talking to you guys, or myself actually at this point. Pretty crazy. Been talking to myself for 15 minutes or whatever. Yep, just kind of winding down. We're gonna turn in, and we're gonna get up early one more time tomorrow and take the snorkel gear we bought on Monday and take it over to Hanauma Bay. That was a stop that we had tried to hit up on Monday when we were traveling the island after we hiked Diamond Head, and it's completely packed. Kind of expected it to be after some of the stuff I read online. So we're gonna go there first thing in the morning and snorkel, hopefully see some good marine wildlife, you know, get a morning dip and get off this beach one more time and away from these people. before we got to have our car back in at noon tomorrow to turn it in which case we'll just be on Waikiki all day tomorrow, enjoying the fireworks and sitting at the beach right down here. So it'll be nice to get off the beach, get off this beach and go see a different one that we hadn't seen yet, for kind of one last travel adventure tomorrow morning. And that's the thing with this island. I mean, it's gorgeous. It is. You gotta have a car to get around and see everything. But there's just so many damn people. You can't go anywhere to get away from them. The only time you're getting away from them is first thing in the morning, you know, when you can enjoy the scenery, the wildlife, the no traffic to get somewhere pretty quickly. This island would be a lot better if there was about 1/10 as many people as there are stuffed into this. And this is not even exaggeration. You know, I love going to Vegas. That's well documented territory, and Vegas is always busy every time I've ever been there. But this is on a whole nother level, because there's just not the same amount of space that Vegas has. These resorts they're built up and they're slim, and there's no street space in between them. I mean, you go 10 steps and you're at the next resort.